Hello children, welcome back to the second part of prepositions video. In the last class, we talked about what preposition is. We also talked about three types of prepositions, that is preposition of time, preposition of place or position, and preposition of direction or movement. We discussed in detail few prepositions of time. We talked about at, in, on, right? We also talked about by, from, and to. Now in today's video, we are going to learn prepositions of place and prepositions of movement. So let's get started. So we are going to talk about at again when it is used as preposition of place, right? So when do we use at as preposition of place? When we talk about a small area. All right. For example, my school is situated at Kamla Nagar, right? So we have used at to talk about a small area, that is Kamla Nagar. Okay. We have used preposition at. At is also used if the noun is at specific or exact position. For example, at the door, okay, or you can say at the entrance, right? When any noun is at specific position, all right, or you can say the exact position, then also we use preposition at. Okay, so at is basically used when we talk about a small area or when we talk about specific or exact place. All right, so these are uses of at when it is used as a preposition of place or position, right? So I hope children this is clear to you. All right, now moving over to second preposition, in. Now children, if you remember in the last video, the preposition at and in were used as prepositions of time. I explained you how. Now here we are learning how these same prepositions are used as prepositions of place. In the beginning of the video, I shared with you that the prepositions can be according to time also, or it can be according to place also, depending on the usage. So let us talk about in as a preposition of place. Now in is used as a preposition of place when we talk about large area. Okay, we use at when we talk about a small area. We use in when we talk about a large area. Here I have used my school is situated at Kamla Nagar because Kamla Nagar is a small area. In Kanpur, at Kamla Nagar, in Kanpur. Now with Kanpur I'll use in because Kanpur is a larger area than Kamla Nagar, right? Now in is also used when any noun is in an enclosed space. Okay, when any object is an enclosed space. For example, my watch is kept in a box, right? So my watch is kept in an enclosed space, so box is a covered area, right? So we have used in. Okay, for example, I can say what example should I give? Yes, the papers are kept in the drawer. Okay, so the papers are kept in an enclosed area. Okay, so in the drawer. So we have used preposition in. So in is used for a larger area in Kanpur, and it is also used when we talk about something which is in an enclosed space. So here I am writing an enclosed area. I hope you are clear with it. When something is in an enclosed space, then also we use in. Okay, I live in India, right? India is a large area, so I live in India. When something is in an enclosed space, then also we use in, right? Now next preposition is on. Now let us learn how on is used as preposition of place. Now children, when one thing touches the surface of the other thing, then we use preposition on. Okay, for example, the chalk is on my hand, right? Since the chalk is touching the surface of my hand, so I'll use the preposition on, right? When we talk about surface, okay, then we use on. For example, on the table, I am standing on the floor. Okay, my books are kept on the bed, right? Pots are kept on the shelf. Flower pots are kept on the shelf. So when one thing touches the surface of the other thing, we use preposition on, right? Because we are talking about place. So the preposition on will be used. On the table, on the bed, on the shelf, on the floor. I hope it is clear to everyone. Right. Now, the next preposition that we are going to study is between and among. Now, between and among is also used as preposition of place. When we talk about two nouns, then we use between. When we talk about more than two things, we use among. Okay, for example, I say, I am standing between the bed and the sofa. Okay, so I am in between two things. So I have used the preposition between. Go and sit between your mother and father. So I'll use between because I'm referring to two people. So the preposition between will be used to connect two nouns. Right? Now when are we going to use among? Among is used when we talk about more than two. Distribute the candies among your friends. Right? The people in my neighborhood fight among themselves. Okay? So when we refer to more than two people or things, we use among. When we talk about only two things or people, we use between. I hope the difference between see, I'm using the word between. The difference between these two words is clear because I'm talking about two words, right? So, difference between these two words. Okay. So, this preposition is done. Between is used to refer to two and among is used to refer to more than two, right? The next preposition of place that we are going to learn is beside. Children, beside means next to. You can also say by or near. Now, what do these words suggest? These words suggest nearness of distance. Okay, like my brother is sitting beside me. Beside means next to me. It suggests nearness of distance. Okay, my puppy is standing beside me. Okay, beside means next to me, right? In the class, I sit beside my friend. Alright, so beside means next to, or you can also say by, right? So by is used as preposition of time also and preposition of place also. When it is used as preposition of time, it shows maximum time, right? But if it is used as preposition of place, then by means next to or near, right? Then next preposition is behind. Okay, now what does behind mean? Behind talks about position at the back. Position at the back. I sit behind Pallavi in my class. Okay, so Pallavi is in front of me and I sit behind her. So behind suggests position at the back, and in front of suggests position ahead. Right? Now children, in your workbook you see that on page number 44, there is a picture of a mouse given, right? And it's different positions. So you can see when the mouse is in front of the box, how the mouse is behind the box, and how the mouse is next to the box. Okay, so next to means beside. Yeah, it means near. It shows nearness of distance. And behind shows position at the back. In front of shows position ahead. Okay, the deer was hiding behind the bushes. Okay, it means behind, at the back of the bushes. I hope it is clear to you. So I'm writing for you here. Behind shows position at the back. Position at the back, and in front of shows position ahead. Right? Examples I have already given to you. I hope it is clear. Now next in the row we have preposition over and above. Okay, children, what is the difference between over and above? Both of the prepositions mean at a higher level. Then how do we differentiate between both these words? Both of them means at a higher level. Okay, over is generally used when something is vertically high. Alright, when something is vertically high. And above is used when something is not vertical, or you can say when something covers a large area. Now I'll give you an example for over also and for above also to make the concept more clear. Now, over is used when we talk about something which is vertically high. Vertically, in a vertical position, in a straight position, high above. For example, the fan is over my head. Right? The fan is over my head. So we have used the preposition over. Okay, now let me give you an example of preposition above. For example, I say the sun rises above the hills. Above the hills. It does not mean that vertically above the hills. Above the hills means it will cover a large area. So we have used above. Right? So over is used when something is vertically high, and above is used when something is not in a vertical position but it covers a large area. For example, the sun rises above the hills. I hope the difference between over and above is clear to you. Now the next preposition in the row is under and below. Now children, under and below is the opposite of over and above, right? Both the prepositions mean at lower level, something which is at low level. Now what is the difference between under and below? Over means something, when over was used when something was vertically above, right? Same way, under will be used when something will be vertically below. Alright. Okay. And below will be used when something is not vertical. ant covers a large area. I hope it is clear to you. It is just the opposite of over and above, right? Under and below. I'll give you an example to make it more clear. For example, if I say the cat is under the table, it means vertically at a low position, at a vertical position with the table. So we have used the preposition under. Now if I say the river flows below the bridge. Now it does not mean exact below the bridge. It is covering a large area. So we will use below. I hope the difference is clear. So children, so far we have talked about 8 prepositions of place. We talked about at, then we talked about in, then we talked about on, then we learnt about between and among, then we learnt about beside, we also discussed in front of, right? We also discussed behind, then we discussed over, above, under and below. So all these prepositions are used as prepositions of place. Okay, now before moving ahead with prepositions of movement, I would like you to see a picture through which you will be clear about the difference between preposition of time and preposition of place. So kids, we have just studied how the prepositions in, on and at are used as prepositions of time and prepositions of place. If you look at the left hand side, you see that preposition in is used as preposition of time when we refer to centuries, decades, years, months or weeks. Okay, and preposition in is used as preposition of place when we talk about a larger area. It is used with country, city or any neighborhood. Right? Moving ahead with preposition on. Preposition on is used as preposition of time when we talk about days, dates or special days. Right? And it is used as preposition of place when one object touches the surface of the other. For example, on the bed, on the floor, on the sofa, etc. Alright, then preposition at is used as preposition of time when we talk about the exact or specific time, or you can say clock time. For example, at 7 a.m., at 12 o'clock, at 5 p.m. Right? And at is used as preposition of place when we refer to any specific location or a specific place, like at 734 Oxford Street, at the store, etc. Okay, in is used when we refer to a bigger area. On is used when we refer to a smaller area and at is used when we refer to the smallest area. I hope it is clear. In is used when we talk about general things. On is used when we are more specific about things and at is used when we are very, very specific about things or places. So I hope the difference between in and on and at is clear to you. Let us now begin with prepositions of movement or direction. As I've already explained you children that prepositions of movement or direction shows connection of words with respect to movement. Okay, so the first preposition we are going to learn is into. Into shows movement in an enclosed area. Okay, it shows movement in an enclosed area. For example, I say the cat jumped into the well. Right? So we are seeing that the cat jumped into the well. Well is an enclosed area. So there is a movement into an enclosed area. Right? Onto. Onto shows the movement on a surface. For example, there is a cat who is sitting on the table. Right? And if I say the cat jumped onto the sofa. So from the table, she jumped onto the sofa. Right? So movement on a surface. The cat jumped onto the sofa. So we see that there is a movement on a surface. So when there is a movement on a surface, we use into. When there is a movement in an enclosed area, we use into. I hope it is clear. It's very easy. Link it, just you can just link it with on. On is used when we talk about a surface. So onto will be used when there is movement on a surface. In is used when we talk about an enclosed area. So when there is movement in an enclosed area, we will use into. Okay, just remember like that. The next preposition is to. To is used when we talk about destination. Right? For example, I am driving to the school. Okay, so school is the destination. I know that I have to go to school. So I have used the preposition to show the destination. Right? Then towards. Towards means towards is used when we talk about direction. For example, I am standing here and I can see the principal coming towards me. Right? So her direction is towards me. So towards is used to show the direction. If we talk about across, across is used when we talk about opposite ends. Like for example, this is a road, right? And the boy is standing over here at point A. And if he comes at point B, then he has come across the road. Right? So from one end to the other. Right? You can also imagine this as the river. I have come across the river. If I come from A to B, I will say I have come across the river. So across means from one end to the other. Opposite ends. What do you mean by along? Along means beside a line. Suppose if A is moving like this. Okay? Beside the line, beside the road, then I'll say A is moving along the road. Along is used when we talk of beside a line, and across is used when we talk about opposite ends. Right? Next preposition of movement that we are going to learn is around. Around shows movement in a circular direction. Right? For example, you can imagine that this is a playground, right? And I am standing over here. My teacher asked me to take a round around the ground. Okay, so around the ground means in a circular direction I will go and I will come back at this point. So around is used when we talk about movement in a circular direction. The earth revolves around the sun. Okay, it moves in a circular direction, so around the sun. Right? Next preposition is over. Over we have already studied as a preposition of place. Now how over is used as a preposition of movement. Over is used when we talk about movement at a higher level. For example, the birds are flying over my head. Okay, so it shows the movement at a higher level, right? Over is also used to show movement across a surface. Across means from one end of the surface to the other. For example, the thief jumped over the wall. Okay, so here you see over is showing the movement across the wall, and here the birds are flying over my head. There is movement at a higher level, so that is why we have used over. So children, you have seen that one preposition can be used as a preposition of time, a preposition of place, or even as a preposition of movement. I hope all the prepositions are clear to you. There are three kinds of prepositions: preposition of time, preposition of place, and preposition of movement. We have talked about many prepositions today. Watch the video again and again thoroughly. If any doubts, let me know. That's all for today, children. Have a nice day. I meet you all in the next video now. Thank you, everyone. God bless.